Welcome back to Center Stage, everybody. We're here with actor, writer, and comedian Howie Mandel. It all started in Toronto, Canada. Family, siblings, what was the deal? How'd you grow up?
I do have a family and siblings.
Okay.
Unlike other people. Yes.
What'd your mom and dad do?
My mom was a real estate agent.
Okay.
And my dad was in the lighting business. Fixtures and light bulbs, and my brother is in the lighting business.
Okay.
It was the same business as my father. I did it too for a little while. Yes. And that's why I'm comfortable in what I do, because I have something to fall back on. I can always sell fluorescent tubes.
Were you funny as a kid?
No. Other people, they would say, yes, he was hysterical.
Right.
But I never got laughs. I got in trouble. Everything I've ever been punished for, expelled for, hit for, is what I seem to get paid for. You know, there's a time and a place for everything, and this is my time and my place to do what I do. But as a child, it was not. I couldn't sit in school. I wasn't diagnosed as a kid. You know, I wouldn't tie my shoelaces because they touched the floor, so I'd walk around all day. You know, I didn't have friends because you know, from the time I was 6 years old, because I couldn't keep my shoe on, so I'd be walking like this. They thought there was something wrong with me, and then they thought I was an idiot because I didn't know how to tie my shoes. I really didn't want to touch my shoes. I was in the bathroom washing my hands, which is not a good place to socialize.
Right.
That's how I spent my life. I'm very impulsive. I would do things that I thought were funny. You know, my first entree into comedy, or even deciding, I didn't decide I wanted to do comedy, but I thought was funny, was Alan Funt. He's like my god. I loved Candid Camera. You know, as a kid, I didn't get jokes. I don't like jokes today. You know, if somebody says, you want to hear a funny joke? I don't really like jokes. I'll listen. No, because, you know, if a priest and a rabbi walk into a bar, I know they didn't. You know? I like real. Right. You know, if it's real, and that's what Alan Funt gave you. It was a real reaction to what people were doing. So after I saw a Candid Camera, I decided to go to school and do these things. You know, I called through the Yellow Pages. I didn't even change my voice. My voice didn't drop. And I called a construction company to give quotes on an addition to the library.
Okay.
You know, and they said, what's your name? And I said, I'm Howard Mandel. And they came out and they were measuring in the field. The principal saw people measuring. He went out and said, what are you doing? And they said, we're giving a bid on the addition. And he goes, well, who authorized this? Howard Mandel. And apparently I didn't have the authority. But for me, the funny was, I got called down to the office, and he said, did you authorize people to come and you know, I'm 14, and I went, yes. He goes, what are you doing? And I go, I'm giving, you know, I'm going to get 3 bids. I will not take the cheapest one. I want to be responsible. And he said, wait here. And they called my parents in, and my parents came in and explained to them what had happened, as if they were going to say, we told him never to bid on an addition for the library. I mean, so the answer to your question is, these are funny stories now, but at that time, people thought there was something wrong. At that age, you know, you want to fit in. You want to be like everybody else. I was like nobody else. If I got invited someplace, it was because I was a spectacle. You know, I wanted to meet girls. I wasn't meeting girls. I was 4'10". I weighed 85 pounds in high school. So I said, sports. I want to do, maybe sports will get me, you know, I'll be on a team, I'll have friends, I'll meet a girl. So like an idiot, because I don't think, I'm impulsive. I joined the wrestling team because there's a 90-pound weight class, under 90.
Right.
So I figured, well, wait till the ladies see me in my uniform. So I didn't know that the uniform was a onesie. It was I'm wearing like a one-piece ladies' bathing suit. My hair was down to here. I look like a little girl. And then I'm a germphobe.
Right.
I'm rolling around with another sweaty little man on the mat.
But you end up leaving high school.
They left me.
Okay, so how do we get to you trying comedy?
I was working. I actually did well. I made a living. I went into the carpet business,
right,
which is crazy because I'm colorblind. This is like the late 70s. You know, disco is all the rage. Right. I don't really dance, and I don't like clubs, but comedy clubs start springing up. So I go to one, there's one called Yuck Yucks in Toronto, and I loved it. And the host on the stage said, you know, and then Monday nights are amateur nights. If you want to get up and do something. And everybody at the table that I was with said, you should go up. And I went, okay, sign me up. And I signed up for Monday without thinking. I don't have an act. I don't know what I do. And that Monday came, and I didn't prepare. Just I've done as much preparation for that Monday night as I have done for this particular show I'm on right now. There's nothing.
That was April 19th, right?
This show?
No, 1978, right?
Yes, April 19th. You've done your work. So so you prepared.
Yes.
I didn't. Thank God.
Now, your wife kept your horoscope from that day, which said, tonight your life will change forever.
Absolutely, yeah. I
did.
still have that little piece of paper.
So what was your act?
To be honest with you, and I noticed a lot of younger people in the audience, you probably wouldn't remember me from the 70s, but I was really hyper. And what that was fear. And I got on the stage, and the light hit me, and I remember the feeling, I just got scared. I didn't know what to do. And when I started giggling, people started giggling with me. They would giggle, and like that, and I'd go, what? What are you giggling? And then they would giggle more, and that became my catchphrase. And I went, what? Okay. And I didn't have anything, and I had nothing. And that became my act. Nothing. And that was never in mind to make this a career. And then a couple of months later, in '79, I went down to California on a business trip. And obviously, I wanted to see the Comedy Store. And the night that I went, it was amateur night.
Right.
So I went up on amateur night, and lo and behold, there's a producer there from a comedy game show called Make Me Laugh. And he said, oh, you're funny, you got to come on the show. And I thought, this is like a joke, right? And on that business trip, I shot 5 episodes. They shot 5 in one day. And it was a great story to tell when I came home. But the thing was, when it started airing, I started getting calls. Merv Griffin called, Mike Douglas. So I started commuting. I was doing my business and then flying back and doing a Merv Griffin show and then flying back home and doing Mike Douglas and then flying back. And then I get a call from Gene Simmons of KISS, called my agent. At the time, his girlfriend was Diana Ross and asked me to be her opening act at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas.
We'll find out what
that'd
happened.
Be great. I'm on the edge of my seat.
That's right. That's going to make people wait. We'll find out what happened when we get back on CenterStage.